Welcome back to Big Mouth, and you can follow me on Twitter at Movies TV Mad. Patty Jenkins does not understand Wonder Woman one little bit. Let me give you a little challenge. Go, put two TVs on your wall, and put the first Wonder Woman 2017, on one screen, and put Wonder Woman 84 on the other. You will come to only one conclusion, that the Wonder Woman of 2017, the superior film that got Wonder Woman, wasn't directed by the person who directed and co-wrote Wonder Woman 84. It is my opinion that Zack Snyder not only co-wrote Wonder Woman 2017, but he ghost-directed most of it. Let me give you some evidence and background. Go to Man of Steel, watch the history lesson. Go to Wonder Woman 2017, watch the history lesson. Who did that history lesson? Who shot that history lesson? Patty Jenkins or Zack Snyder, who shot the Man of Steel history lesson? They're very similar in their graphics. They're very groundbreaking. They're very eye-popping. They're beautiful. Do you really think that Patty Jenkins did that or Zack Snyder? We all know the truth. Now, obviously, Patty Jenkins was there. Maybe she directed elements. I think mainly she was there in name only as a director. She took credit for that film. She had a great reputation after, allegedly directing one of the best comic book movies of all time. And there's no question about it. Wonder Woman 2017 is one of the best comic book movies ever made. I adore it. But Patty Jenkins had very little to do with that movie. That's my opinion. And she took credit for it. And her career has blossomed because of it. Because of an alleged lie. But she doesn't understand Wonder Woman, ladies and gentlemen, and however you identify, she does not understand Wonder Woman. Anyone who understands Wonder Woman doesn't take the shield and the sword away from this character. You see, she sees Wonder Woman as this compassionate woman who's kind. That's what she is. But she's also a brutal, kick-ass warrior princess, right? Who battles bad people and bad beings. She is willing to kill. That doesn't take away the fact that she's a compassionate being, but she's also a warrior. That's who Wonder Woman is. So she misunderstood the character. She thought to herself, how can she be compassionate and kind and heartfelt if she carries a sword and a shield? Carrying a sword and a shield doesn't make her a bad person. It makes her the kick-ass warrior princess she is. She's a contradiction. She has got the kind, compassionate side, but she's also a brutal warrior. But people like Patty Jenkins, coming from the political side they come from, don't understand this, right? It's the same argument between people who have guns in their homes to protect themselves and people that don't. Now, personally, I'd never have a gun in my home, but some people want to do that with a gun license, with proper training. That's fine, right? I wouldn't do it myself. I wouldn't say it's something I'd want to do. It's something I wouldn't want to dictate about others not doing. So it's that mentality, isn't it? This is what I mean. She totally misunderstood that character. She took away what Wonder Woman was. There's a moment in Washington, D.C., the White House, when Steve Trevor's about to shoot someone or do something, and she goes, no, it's not their fault. You're right, Wonder Woman, Diana, it's not their fault, but if you stand there doing nothing, you and Steve could very well be killed. That's the thing. Do you stand there and not defend yourself? So there's an absolute misunderstanding by Patty Jenkins about this character. But I would go further, that this woman should never be allowed to go near this character again. What's going to happen? Your guess is as good as mine. But I don't believe she had much to do with the first movie. It's obvious. Do you really think she directed No Man's Land? And there's another revelation for you here. Just like Kathy Yang, Patty Jenkins can't do action. Can you answer me this question? Why was there such little action in Wonder Woman 84? Why would anyone take out action from a superhero movie, right? We had the long road sequence. That was pretty much it. And some horrible choreography in the White House. That was it. The action was few and far between. Do you believe she didn't do action because she feels Wonder Woman shouldn't be fighting and stuff? Maybe. But the harsher truth is this: she probably can't do action. And they didn't even bring anyone in like they did for Cathy Yan, the John Wick director, who tried to save the action scenes, and he couldn't even do it because he was under the gun. The schedule was too close. Why would you bring someone who is not proficient in action? And this is why Wonder Woman 84, and Wonder Woman 84 has got more problems than the lack of action and taking away the sword and the shield. The core problem with Wonder Woman 84, it's got so many plot holes as well. The Quantum Leap then, that was problematic. She's obviously a Quantum Leap fan, as I am, as am I, but it doesn't mean you force it into your story. The mouse sequence was despicable. The studio wanted it cut. She said no. They respected her. So much for Warner Brothers interfering, right? They didn't interfere in Wonder Woman 84. They tried, but when she said no, they respected her. And when it came to marketing that movie, she slaughtered Warner Brothers, not just for this film, Wonder Woman 84, but for the first one. And she was pretty much throwing everyone under the bus but herself for the third act. We know that many critics and many fans don't like the CGI battle. Actually, I love the final sequence. She chooses love. It's great. But some people had issues with it. Not me, as I've already said. So she tried to blame everyone else for that. Her conduct during the marketing and build-up of Wonder Woman 84 was despicable for this very reason. But who is she going to blame for Wonder Woman 84? Jeff Johns, the studio? She can't. She was in total control of that movie. Walter Hamada gave her the freedom, and she showed who she really was. A very, very low-core, untalented director, and who was only given her position because she is a woman. And Hollywood and the political alt-left believe women can only direct women. Considering that the latest Disney movie, which was a female-led movie, is getting a sequel and people are actually enjoying it, and it was directed by a man, that puts pay to that, doesn't it? And I forgot the title of the movie. I apologise about that, but you know what I mean, don't you? So you don't need a female to direct a female, but at least if you're going to bring anyone in, it doesn't matter the gender or how they identify, you've got to bring in the right person. Cathy Yan was a diversity hire. Simple as that. Without the tools and an ability to make a great Birds of Prey movie, right? Harley shouldn't have been in that movie anyway, right? So you had the alt-left making a Birds of Prey movie and making about men taking credit for women's work. Absolute BS. Nobody went to see it. Wonder Woman 84 will never know the true numbers because they're never going to be honest about it. Apparently, the HBO Max numbers were pretty good. We'll never know. I think the movie, the box office numbers weren't great. I believe if that had a proper cinematic release without COVID, I think the figures would have been embarrassing. The film's embarrassing. It's as simple as that. Thankfully, they're rebooting the universe. But it doesn't matter what I think. Do you agree with me or disagree with me? Do you believe I'm way off base saying that Zack Snyder ghost directed Wonder Woman 2017? Do you believe that she did the history lesson that Zack did in Man of Steel? Do you really believe that? Do you really believe she directed No Man's Land? I don't. Let me know. Like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow for the Big Mouth Daily Live. Until then, goodbye.